Welcome back to the show. We're joined now by sprinter Jon Howard. Jon, thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having us.
So you guys come away with the CCIW championship and you complete the sweep of the team titles this year. How does it feel to bring that trophy back to Naperville?
Definitely feels great to be able to bring, the trophy back to North Central College. Just having all the guys working together towards a common collective goal, and really paying off on everyone's hard work, and especially the coaching staff there to help us for the win.
The third time in 4 years the title is back at North Central College. How is this team prepared, for this meet? Have you guys been focused on the CCIW Conference Championship, knowing that you want to bring it home?
The team's prepared within our individual groups. We have the sprint group, we have the distance group, the throws, as well as the vaults as well, and just specializing in each of our different areas, and really putting forth all the time and efforts with the different practices that we have, and just coming together, like we said, as a common collective team.
Coach, we keep talking about these, individual groups. You guys have, the sprinters, the jumpers. How do these individual coaches benefit you, having them there for their individual groups?
Well, they're the key. If we didn't have them, first of all, it's the athletes. If we didn't have them, the coaches wouldn't have anything to do. But certainly relying on our part-time coaching staff. Coach Carius and I are there full-time, but the volunteer staff that we have, the graduate assistants, that's what really makes it, that an athlete has someone to work with every day. My college career, I had one coach, and he coached everything. That was back in the early 70s, right. And things have changed quite a bit since then. But relying on our part-time coaches who may be retired from their profession and love to coach, if it wasn't for them, we couldn't have and sustain the program that we have. It's just the best.
And it seems like these individual coaches they're really specialized in each event that they coach.
Yeah, track and field is a lot of specialization. There's somebody for the throws, somebody for the pole vault, somebody for the high jump and hurdles. Sprint group's covered, distance group is covered. Our volunteers who come and either train with the guys, right, or lend a special hand. It's phenomenal. It really is.
And Jon, it's really like teams within teams. Even though you guys may have different groups at practice, when you guys are at meet, everybody's cheering for everybody, it seems like.
Yeah, we're running from the throws field to the vault, back to the track. It's just, supporting the guys wherever we can, focusing on your race, but at the same time, we're there as a team, and we're fortunate enough where we're going to different meets, such as Drake Relays, conference, and then also nationals, to be able to have that whole team and have that team atmosphere on the road.
Do you guys ever try, to fit into the other groups? Have you ever picked up a shot put, see how far you can throw it?
Grammy's not too fond of me trying to shot or throwing jab or anything like that. But we definitely, mingle with each other, especially using the time at the dining hall and hanging out outside of practice as well to, get that team kind of aura going as well.
And you guys come in first in every meet in this outdoor season where there were team scores. And some of those meets you guys were going up against Division I and II competitors, and particularly the Drake Relay. What's that like going up, against the competition that, is a little bit tougher than Division III?
Well, initially you do get a little spooked. I would say my freshman year, you walk into the Drake Stadium and you see the likes of Florida, Texas, and different teams such as those, and you initially think I'm just D3, but at the end of the day, everyone's running their hearts out. Everyone has a goal in mind, and we just get out there, we compete, and the times follow.
Yeah, everybody's on the same track, running, at the same meet, so it's got to be exciting though when you line up on the track and you see, a Division I school next to you.
Yeah, most definitely. I know the hurdle guys this year, they were running against Division I, and they beat a couple of different schools. So it definitely just shows our depth and the talent that we do attract here at North Central. So.
Coach, do you prepare for those meets any differently when you guys know you're going to have a little bit tougher competition?
No, it's all part of the end of the year result is nationals, and we'll do some things that we need to do to prepare for nationals. For example, Jon was on 2 relay teams within 50 minutes. That's tough to do, right, but it's preparing for, especially if he's going to be in the hurdles, the 400 and the 4x4. We're doing some things to help. We may not get the best result at that meet, but we're doing things to prepare for the future. And it is at Drake, there is a university division, and then there's the college division, which is Division III, Division II, NAIA. So we go against a lot of scholarship schools. And then even though we don't run head-to-head with some Division I schools, our times in some relays are faster.
And Jon, Coach mentioned that the goal really is nationals. You guys bring home the CCIW championship, But in the back of this team's head, have you guys really been focused on getting to that national meet all year?
Since the first day of spring, that's what we're focused on, and that's why we're able to take it through every meet, is because we're focused on that nationals end goal. Conference is preparation for nationals. I ran 5 400s at conference. I might have to run 6 at nationals. So it's all about just thinking where we're going to end up, and then the process going along up until there.
Well, the Cardinals may have brought home a conference championship, but we take a look at how there's one more trophy that the team is hoping to earn by season's end in this edition of What's the Word?
Well, we've been told plenty of times, it kind of ingrained in us that our first and primary goal is conference, and then next is nationals. It's just part of our process and taking it one step at a time.
As we approach the national meet, I think that it's going to be a similar perspective to the conference meet, except for we know that you have to amp up the competition a little bit.
I think these next couple weeks we're going to kind of break our training down a little bit to be pretty pole vault specific, really try to tighten up all the bolts and get everything situated technically so that we could run down the runway and plant the pole the way we're intended to on that trip to California.
We have a large freshman and sophomore class, and we're just looking to send the seniors off on a good note, and we're all just behind each other, and it's definitely proven to pay off at the end.
We had our conference goal and we accomplished that, and now it's on to our final goal, which is at nationals.
So, John, you mentioned it. You had to run about 5 400s at conference. You could potentially have to run about 6 400s. What does that do to your legs after a meet like that?
Definitely lactic acid buildup, but just being able to take care of my body afterwards, getting as much bananas in my system, Gatorade to recover, different things of that sort. But just being smart and knowing what I have the next day and preparing for that.
You think the college will spring to send you a personal masseuse out to nationals to keep you fresh?
Hopefully, our athletic trainer Heidi, or she'll be out there, and yeah.
Coach, that's got to be difficult for you to strategize on what you want John to run, when he's got the potential to compete in the 400, compete in the 400-meter hurdles, compete in the 4x4. Do you have to sort of take a step back and see what's best, for the athlete or the team?
Yeah, sure we do. Technology now, we know instantaneously who runs what and when. So we'll take a good look. He's going to run the 400 hurdles this weekend, and we'll see how high on the list he can climb, and then try to be realistic. Because when there's a relay involved, now there's 3 other guys, and so we have to really. Conference is one thing, but the national level is another. So, and it's what John really wants to do. But again, when there's 3 other guys involved, we got to make sure if he's ready to run that 6th 400, there's 3 other guys that are counting on him, just like he's counting on the other 3 to do what they need to do, so that team could be the best it can be.
And John, you weren't able to compete in the indoor season. How hungry did that make you once when you stepped on the track in the outdoor season?
It made me very hungry. I definitely wanted to, get the 4x4 back going, and then the 4x200 at Drake. So just being, able and willing to step into the leadership role and get the guys together, and just, explaining that to them that we got to do what we got to do to kind of bring those titles home. So. And
with the team losing Dan Benton for the outdoor season, did that sort of put a little pressure on you at all, knowing that you guys sort of run the same events that you had to step it up?
I felt a little pressure, but me and Dan are really good friends, and we talked about this all last year, just knowing that he was going to be back for indoor and I was going to be back for outdoor. So I knew exactly, the expectations and what I had to do in order to help fill that void.
And you had an amazing weekend this weekend. Congratulations. But that 400 time you ran of under 48 seconds is a personal best for you. Talk us through that race and, what was going through your head, especially with Deontay Hackler right by you.
Sure. I would say for the prelims, something just got into my head and just told me, just calm down. Usually coming out of the blocks, I'm really nervous, and coach can tell you, I'm just trying to get, to the 200 and be in first and break that stagger. But something really just, told me to relax. And I kind of slowed down in the beginning, a little bit slower than I usually get out. And I was able to finish the race. And coming through and hearing 47, I didn't care what it was, but just knowing that I ran that gave me a lot of confidence going into the hurdles and then the finals for the 4 as well.
And what's it like having, a teammate right by there, getting second, competing with you step for step? Does that push you even harder?
It does. Just coming off on that last 100, just seeing him to the right, Johnny Karen to the left, and all of us just being there together definitely gives not only me confidence, but the other teammates as well, and helps us run as a team each time we're running together. So.
And it's not just that event, but many events where the Cardinals have really shown their depth. What does that, do to help you guys in nationals in a couple weeks?
Yeah, just always having, another teammate there and just knowing you have that team atmosphere, it gives you that extra confidence. So on the 200, we had Kaba, we had Karen, as well as Hackler. So all three of those guys running together, explaining, some different strategies. So it definitely helps across the field when you have more than, 2 or 3 guys running with you.
Well, we look forward to seeing you guys compete at nationals, and best of luck to you. Thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Coming up next, we have Clark Tuscher stopping by to keep the Cardinal Report up to date on all things North Central athletics. Don't go away.